72 holes, not enough to decide a winner in Scottsdale for Gary Woodland, picking up his first victory in nearly 5 years. Worth the wait. We'll show you why his third tour victory was the most emotional. This week, the PGA Tour moves to majestic Pebble Beach, where the top 3 players in the world are in the field. Between Dustin Johnson, Jon Rahm, and Jordan Spieth, who arrives on the peninsula with momentum.
Golf Central.
At the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, including Dustin Johnson. After winning the Genesis Open last year, DJ vaulted to #1 in the world and has been there ever since. Johnson, the headliner this week, where he has had some success. Also, Jon Rahm. He elevated himself to #2 in the world last month. He already has a victory this year, taking the Career Builder Challenge. Rahm will tee it up at Pebble as well. And then there is Jordan Spieth. He's #3 in the official world golf ranking. He is the defending champion at Pebble. However, Jordan struggling a bit with his game right now. Will he be able to turn things around at Pebble, where he obviously feels comfortable? We take a look at the official world golf ranking that was just released today, and there you see the top 3 players in the world. Also in the field, besides DJ, Rahm, Spieth, and Rory, is Jason Day. So 5 of the top 10 players at Pebble. For more on Jordan Spieth, we say hello to Matt Adams.
Todd, thank you very much. Sitting alongside of Jaime Diaz, as the last time we saw Jordan Spieth, he was missing the cut at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. In fact, he missed 9 putts from inside of 10 feet in his 2 rounds played at TPC Scottsdale. So we thought we would take a closer look at exactly what's going on with Jordan Spieth. And I'd like to get into some numbers, which I think kind of define for us where the problem is. The problem is not in ball striking for Jordan Spieth. He's still #1 in greens and regulation. But how about these numbers? From 4 feet to 8 feet, he's ranked 146th on tour currently. At the end of last year, he was 125th, which people could say, well, that's not that big a difference. From 4 feet, he's currently 174th. At the end of last year, he's 124th. Again, that is a big enough distance to make note of, but not massive. This one, however, from 3 feet, he's currently ranked 157th. At the end of last year, he was ranked 8th. So for Jordan Spieth, it's very interesting that it can be zeroed in on such an exact number.
Well, you know, I think Jordan is also so astute about studying statistics and understanding what it takes to win. He knows how vital it is to make short putts. You just simply cannot win missing more than a few short putts in a tournament, and sometimes never missing at all. We saw that with Ricky Fowler on the weekend. He was 30 for 30 inside of 10 feet. So to miss 3-footers is really debilitating, and I think for someone who's so focused on winning and wants it so badly, he knows what's riding on those short putts maybe more acutely than the average player. And I think it puts pressure on. He's just got to adjust his mindset. I mean, great players will overcome these things, but I think at the moment, he's got the wrong mindset on short putts.
All right, let's talk about mindset and that of Jon Rahm. The last time we saw Jon Rahm, he was slamming some clubs on the ground, expressing his frustration. So the question is, Jaime, is the volatility of Jon Rahm an asset or is it a liability to him?
Well, it's only about how he channels it. I mean, he's got so much emotion. If that is channeled correctly, that increases focus, that increases energy, that increases power. But if he redlines, so to speak, if he goes over the line which he has been going, then it becomes a liability where he loses self-control. And that's been happening. And it's been somewhat of a pattern, unfortunately. He is only 23 years old. It doesn't seem as if, you know, that's a permanent thing. But as it starts getting more entrenched, you wonder if it's going to be something that's going to dog him career long. It's happened to other players, great talented players like Tom Weiskopf and Tommy Bolt. I mean, they never quite overcome it. So Jon Rahm right now, you know, has got to, and the other problem is he feels it more at the big occasions. You know, at the majors, when he was trying to be #1 at Torrey Pines. At Torrey Pines, he was right there on the weekend and he went backwards. It was really shocking. He shot 75, 77. You know, last week at Phoenix, he was there again, and he got upset and shot 72. He's never finished better than top 20 in a major. A guy of his talent who drives it like he does, that should not be the case. And at Aaron Hills last year, he had kind of a meltdown that was well publicized. So it's something he's got to work on with his sports psychologist. I want to pronounce it correctly, Joseba del Carmen, who's an ex-Basque policeman who used to defuse terrorist bombs. So he knows a little bit about handling pressure, and John has leaned on him a lot. But at the same time, this is something internally in the moment that he's got to master, because he is a great talent. But, you know, every guy who's ever been any good, really great, has handled this. Tiger Woods used to get mad, but by the next shot, it was gone. And right now, it's carrying over for Jon Rahm into the next shot.
Maybe one thing for us to consider is the fact that, yes, Bobby Jones and Ben Crenshaw were two players that were quite petulant and had quite a temper when they were young, but they were able to temper it and move on to become great champions. Todd, I understand that you guys are going to be talking about DJ.
Yeah, the #1 player in the world, Dustin Johnson, a lot of momentum so far in 2018. He last played on the European Tour in the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. Johnson, with rounds of 72, 64, 68, and 70, finished tied for 9th, 8 shots back of the winner. And that, of course, is Tommy Fleetwood, who won the race to Dubai last year. But still, as we bring back in Tim Rosenfort, he does have a win so far in 2018. Dustin Johnson does, winning at Kapalua, the Century Tournament of Champions. Now he comes to Pebble Beach, where he has had success. Where is he mentally and emotionally right now?
Well, he's refreshed, and emotionally he's excited. This is his favorite time of the year. You haven't seen Dustin unless you were skiing up in Aspen or maybe following him on Twitter. He's going into a segment of tournaments, Todd, 4 of the next 4 tournaments. 3 he's defending champion, LA, and the 2 WGCs. And then he's a 2-time champion at Pebble Beach. He loves Pebble Beach. He plays with his father-in-law, Wayne Gretzky. They usually pair up with Jake Owen and Jordan Spieth. And you know, this is where he became #1 player in the world last year, as you recall, at Riviera. And there's just a lot of things from a mojo standpoint. I say that since we're looking out over Hawaii when he had such a dominating performance to open the year. That speaks to what DJ is all about. Free-flowing golf. And this is a stretch where he's played his best.
And he's more of a complete player now. He's known for the power, but he is, through the bag, the best in the world. Don't forget, you can see the great action from one of the most majestic spots on the planet, and that, of course, is Pebble Beach. It is the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. It begins Thursday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, exclusively. First 2 rounds right here on Golf Channel. Coming up, as we mentioned, Dustin Johnson, not only #1 in the world, he's also had some memorable moments at Pebble Beach. Most of it's good, but not all. 2017 was heartbreaking for Gary Woodland. How was Woodland able to fight through the pain and win in Scottsdale on Sunday? We'll discuss that. Plus, Ricky Fowler was poised to win again on Sunday, but couldn't get it done. How disturbing is this trend of not converting a 54-hole lead into victory?
Golf Central is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. GolfAdvisor.com. Ratings and reviews by golfers for golfers.